I'm gonna go get the groom so we can move this along.
No, it's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
He could have written a sequel to War and Peace by now.
He's a slow writer.
Something's wrong.
I've been left at the altar. Luke Spencer! Damn you! Go!
Very fun.
It's more fun to do.
I bet it is. It's more fun to actually act it?
It's more fun to do.
Really?
It is the best. To go to work, to make people laugh, and to laugh yourself, and to laugh at each other is as good as it gets.
But, you know, they say comedy is hard work. I mean, you really have to work hard at it as well. The choice is to make it funny.
I guess so. I don't know.
Comes naturally?
Yeah.
Really? Because of the
Well,
history, I
especially
guess?
when you're working with Tony.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a great actor. We all know
He's
that.
a wonderful
Understated.
actor.
Understatement. What is your favorite role? You've been in a handful of roles in daytime. What's the favorite role of all time that you've had?
I'm loath to say it, playing Tracy on General Hospital, but Carrie on Guiding Light.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever watch Guiding Light? You're all lying. You watch? I played a nut job. Multiple personality for 1 year, and it was the most fulfilling role of my life.
Really?
Why?
And it was because what was asked of me was more than I thought I was capable of doing.
Interesting.
And I did it. And I came up with what was needed for it, and it proved to me that I could act.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Isn't that the ultimate? When you achieve more than you ever thought you possibly could.
That's it.
When you commit to something like that, that's the ultimate feeling, the ultimate reward. Now, did you know going into it that it was going to be such a challenging role, or?
I'm loath to say this. Now, don't you tell anybody that I told you this.
They're sworn to secrecy.
I had a very close friendship with the head writer of that show. And going into it, I had left General Hospital, and he asked me to come on the show and play another bitch.
Sure.
Okay. And I didn't want to do it because I'd just done that. And I said, I don't really want to come and do that. I'd like to do something different. And he said, what do you want to do? And I got to tell him what I wanted to play, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to play a multiple personality.
Wow. That's unheard of.
So he wrote that for you.
To be able to say, I'd like to do this.
The writer was?
Douglas Marland.
Right, the late Douglas Marland, who was brilliant in himself.
He was a wonderful writer, and he was an actor. And he had very high regard for actors and the process. And it was his favorite, was to work with actors and incorporate what they wanted to do with what he needed them to do. And also, you're writing over very high regard for actors and the process. And it was his favorite, was to work with actors and incorporate what they wanted to do with what he needed them to do. And also, you're writing over 250 hours of television in a year, and you need to get your inspiration anywhere you can. They get inspiration from books, from movies, from other shows, from previous storylines, and in this particular case, he chose to take some inspiration from me. So it will live in my heart forever, and as he will, because he gave me the room to stretch.
Okay. Yeah, and realize what you can do as an actress.
That's great.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he also write Luke and Laura as well? Didn't he go on to write Luke and Laura, the whole love story, I believe?
He started it, he didn't finish it.
Gotcha. Well, has it ever been finished? We don't know yet.
Well, really.
That's a whole other issue.
But there were a lot of writers on General Hospital that had input on Luke and Laura.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Along the way.
Yeah, collaborative effort. You've also been a producer in daytime. I was shocked to know that about you.
I know,
That's gotta be
too.
incredible.
I did not know.
Now, how different is producing from being an actor? Was it what you thought it would be, first of all?
It was better than I thought it would be.
Really? In what way?
Well, I'm the kind of person that likes to dig below the surface. And I like to find out how things work. I like to know the guts of it. So I take the time to find out. And I have friends in all different departments, and when you get to produce in this particular medium that I have been an actor in for so long, you get to participate in everybody's well-being. And you get to up the level of everybody's game. So for me, it was enormously fulfilling because as an actor, you are required to do one thing, and you are expected to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Which is hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure that surprises you. But it is hard for me to keep my mouth shut. And I do. And I sit on my hands and I see something over there and I go, look away from the accident.
It's not your job.
Look away.
It's not your job to be concerned about.
Not what you're being hired for. And I got hired to participate in the entire process. Unfortunately, it's not a good job when you have children at home. Because as a producer, you're underpaid and overworked.
Yeah.
And right now in my life, I'm overpaid and underworked.
Which is a good place to be, by the way.
Really nice place.
Especially when you have children, that's a fun place to be.
Not willing to give that up.
Good for
But
you.
when my daughter is out of the house, it would be my fondest wish. That earring does not want to stay on, so that was going to go back to producing.
It would be your
Yeah,
fondest
you
wish to
should
go back
do
to
it.
It
producing?
would be my fondest wish.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think we're
Well,
going
we
to put
may
it out
just see
there. We
that.
might just see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Shane, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
Shane, always a pleasure. We'll go right back.